Mini Mirage presents.
The Miami premiere
of Columbinus.
I will be playing the role of Faith.
Rebel.
Perfect.
Freak or Eric David Harris.
AP.
Faith.
Prep.
Perfect.
Loner/Dylan. Jock.
Perfect. Faith.
Rebel, Freak, or Eric Harris.
This show is so relevant today because it explores how bullying, loneliness, and feeling like an outcast can lead to something very violent.
Because it shows a more personal point of view of the kids who were involved in this and why we can try to prevent it in the future.
And it's relevant today because how ignored it is. And it gets worse.
It's something that parents and students alike are way too scared to talk about, and it just goes unnoticed. So I feel like Columbinus really brings awareness to what's actually going on in schools.
It showcases the thoughts and inner feelings of people involved in the Columbine shooting. And personally, as a high schooler myself, who experiences these drills monthly, even some lockdowns, I think it's really relevant.
To this day, there are still many events like Columbine.
Regardless, these things still do happen, even if people don't think about them as much. You still have the drills at school because these shootings still do happen.
Because what happened in Columbine, now we have lockdown drills and all these things to actually protect us. And it really gets to show people what really happened and the reason we have these.
It brings awareness to an almost taboo subject in society. A lot of us go to high schools and go through code reds without really knowing what's going on.
We still have a lot of shootings happening basically everywhere. Every year the number increases. And it's not like we're really doing anything to stop that.
I literally went to school, and when I told people that I was cast in this show, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing a show about the Columbine shooting, people were like, what's that?
It deals with a lot of topics that society doesn't really want to talk about.
It shows how people can lead up to this, how people feel in these tough and really high-stakes situations, and how people live afterward.
It kind of takes a glimpse at, mental health, firstly.
The mental health of teenagers, overall, like topics that society just really doesn't care about as much as they really should.
It really shows how some people, they need to get the help that they deserve, and it could avoid really tragic things like the shooting of Columbine.
I think it's very important for people to understand how people get into these mental spaces where they're able to commit these atrocities.
I believe that if these people had gotten help beforehand, these things could have been prevented.
It not just shows the perspective of the victims, but also the perspective and what it took the actual shooters to get there.
I'm hoping this just gets everybody to, again, be more aware and just be kinder to the people around you, to your fellow students, to the people you see in the hallways, because you never know what invisible battles people are facing.
And we should be kind to everyone.
Because if not, then something like this can happen again.
I'm really excited that I was given the opportunity to share this story.
I'm feeling very lucky.
I would say I'm feeling excited about the show, but I don't think that's the right word. Because I'm glad I'm able to spread the message and, inform others. But at the same time, it's a really tough show to play because it shows a different side of society that people usually ignore, that people don't want to see. And I feel like that's why it's really important to show to others.
I feel so grateful and honored and just so happy to be able to show people what Columbinus is. There's some people out there who doesn't even know what it is, and I feel so grateful to do it with such talented and amazing people.
I'm honored to be playing prep today to bring this story to you.
It's a new opportunity for me to break out of my shell and my comfort zone. And the people I'm working with are so comfortable with each other and the space and with the director, Darcy.
And everyone here who is just amazing. And just sharing this story, I just know it will change perspectives.
I'm also really happy to be performing with this great cast, especially because this is such a heavy show that you really need support from everyone in the show and a certain level of maturity. And the fact that most of us are in high school and go through this very often, and even though most of the cast is in high school,
they're still really mature on the topic of the show.
I feel very honored to be a part of this production. I would say that I'm looking forward to this experience because it's a great opportunity for me to gain more acting experience and also send a message to the viewers and like everyone in Miami.
You get to share a story that hasn't been shared in the South Florida area, and I think it's a really cool honor to be able to do that.
The thing with the show is that it's so raw. It's so, like, a lot of shows now feel censored, but this show isn't afraid to actually dig deep in what issues are actually in society.
It's like the perfect opportunity to like spread awareness and make people just like know about what's happening in society, even if they don't want to talk about it.
It's not like something like you do every day, and I think it's important that people come watch it because they will have more knowledge.
I just feel so lucky and so grateful to be part of such an interesting and such an amazing play.
I am ecstatic to spread the word. I feel like it's such a good message that most people, when they hear about the play, they won't be open to hearing it, but I'm sure if they would take the time to see it, that they would be surprised by its true meaning.
I believe that it'll help everyone who watches it maybe at least try to become more empathetic for other people.
Someone's story, people who dealt with it many different ways. It's someone's story and it should be shared.
And I think it's really going to be able to impact a lot of people that come watch it. And I really hope people watch the show and don't just judge it by the fact that it's based on a school shooting. It's not glamorizing it at all. It's really just telling the truth of how this happens and how everyone has their own personal struggles, and you don't really know what other people are going through, and you don't know who's going to just explode and let all of that anger out onto everyone else and how many people it's gonna hurt.
And we should be kind to everyone.